Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Joshino, and today let's talk about the new map Sewer in Paladins, or at least in the test map rotation currently in the game. Now, if you can't tell by my title, I've been playing a lot of this map with Kinessa and having a lot of fun. Why? Because this map has quite a few verticalities and also really tight corridors which are kind of sniping alleys. So please do enjoy some fragging as I go through the map. So this map is quite interesting because of their approach to verticality. Again, they've tried to give quite a few levels, mainly in the center capture point and the surrounding areas. So there's like a sniping perch on both sides of the map, which I think at least is probably the tallest point or tallest overlooking point on the map at the moment. I know that some parts of Stone Keep are pretty high up compared to the point, but I don't think they can actually see the point. I think this is probably the highest level of a sniping spot above the point zone. At least that's the way it seems anyway, because the point is almost sort of into a dip. There is a boundary to what you can see. You can only see really the first 2/3 of the point, and also going straight through the center is a bridge. And this bridge is where flankers will come around, and on both sides there's a sort of cover for your team on the left hand side as you're going forwards, and the enemy team on the right. The enemy are likely to go to the right, so you'll have a harder time sniping them across that alley, and they're probably going to try and engage with you there, and that's quite interesting. There's a central little room where you fight on top of the point as well. The actual point itself doesn't have much cover at all. It is quite a open point, but there are barricades leading up to the point. But you can also see the point on the alleyways that slope down towards the point below the sniper spot as well. And again, in my opinion, both the actual sniping spot above and also the slope below give really good views of the point and make sniping kind of a dream, especially in the first push. I think then after that, when you go into attack phase, if you keep rolling, keep winning as a sniper, you find it quite easy to snipe up the alleyways and down as well, because from that slope you're looking up at the enemies. There's not much cover. They have to peek out to try and attack you. As you go up the slope, there is two little areas to either side for cover, but there honestly isn't much when you're going up here. But there is a flank route to the left when you're attacking, and basically if you take that, you get round into this second push room. I guess there's like 2 stages to the push. So if the point's the first stage, this is the second point, and the third point is the enemy's capture point. This room does have a flank route to the right when you get in if you're attacking again, and can be useful if you're struggling to take this room to go around the back there, especially if you're a sniper or a Drogos or something that's basically a backline damage dealer. But the flankers can come around on the left, or the tanks or whoever wants to come around on the left can also come around that flank route. And this is actually probably the most open area of the push, because after this, directly after this, there is a push part where there's no flank route to come out of the sides around the back of enemies. The next slope is kind of just a choke point where you're going to have to hope you'll get through and basically break through the enemies. Again, as a sniper, you can sit back and start shooting people, and the enemy team also don't have a lot of cover here. They've got 2 sides where they can get up onto 2 little perches that they can shoot down from, but still, if they want to keep pressure up on the push, you've got to show yourself. It's basically a bit of a free-for-all and snipe out on both sides, but I'd say it's harder for the attacking team just because it is such a choke point. So what do I like about the map? I like the verticality. It's great for snipers, and it's great for flankers like Eevee and Androxus who can go up into the air and deal with snipers or whoever might be up there, a backline damage dealer on those sniping spots. Because there's so much verticality in the map and there's some higher ground, and it's quite pivotal and in the center of the point and very active. What I don't like is the fact that there's a choke point towards the end where there's no flanking routes. I mean, there is kind of a flank in how there's 6 pillars, 3 on each side, and you can use those as cover and go left or right, but you're still essentially in the same small corridor trying to go through. There's no way around. Pretty much every other map at the end push has 2 flanking zones on either side, and the main push zone that might be a choke point, but then it'll have those flanking zones on the side. I don't think these pillars quite make up for that. Also, in the main point room, there's only 1 flank route on each side, and for any flanker that has no vertical movement, it's impossible to get to the sniper spot without going around the whole map. Now, in some of the games I played on this test map, people were able to get around the back, but I think that was just people not taking it as seriously as other modes, because obviously it is a test map mode. Obviously there's no aesthetics as sewers as of yet, there's just these green texture squares going on. It's got a slight green hum on the lighting. Personally, I'm not sure how much I dig the sewer theme, like, you know, rusted pipes and things. Whether or not that'll actually come out as a sewer, it might be adapted this map. As we saw with Brightmarsh now, before it was Atrium, which was almost like a Roman bath sort of thing. The shapes stayed the same, but the aesthetic has completely changed. All in all, I do like the actual central capture point and the mechanics there, but the end push is a bit weird, and the flanking in the second push part, the second part of the push, is also a bit weird because there's only one direct flank route and then you get into the room, and it's a bit odd too. Anyway, has anybody else been playing this test map? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments section below. Also, something worth mentioning is these test maps now give golden experience, so I've been able to do my quest for the Nova Canessa skin, which is pretty damn cool, so it is definitely worth trying out these test maps, not just for fun, because obviously you can grind with them now as well. The only thing is there's no matchmaking at the moment, so you may get games that are one-sided in each side, so you just got to be a little bit careful there. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more of my content, and I'll see you all next time. Joshino.